48-year-old Trent Paschal clicked onto the popular site YouTube on October 21st, 2020, and began filming this video.
I didn't choose this. Your mom chose this. She's been cheating on me for a long time. I have audio of her talking to other guys. I didn't do nothing wrong to her. But she's been playing me for a fool. I told her not to mess with me, not to mess with my emotions. Don't play with me. I put everything into this relationship. I have done nothing to your mom. I've never hit her. I've never hurt her. I've never called her names. A couple of times when I got really mad, I would say a bad word or something, but I've done everything I can. I haven't done anything wrong.
To most people, it would seem that it is a man simply having difficulty with a relationship. The real truth behind this video was about to be revealed, however. Our condolences go out to the family and loved ones of Savannah Paschal. Texas has many small rural towns, and one of them is La Marque. This quiet, nondescript town is a place of country living, with an easygoing lifestyle. This is where Savannah Paschal, 22 years old at the time, would meet Trent Paschal, who was 40 at the time. Savannah, who had a young child named William from a previous relationship, was looking for some stability in her life. Trent owned a contracting business and had a more mature personality than the people Savannah was used to hanging around with, and the two clicked. Several months of dating each other went by in a flash, and they decided to marry. After only a year together, Savannah gave birth to her second child, Mackenzie. Once her child, Mackenzie, had grown a bit older and was able to go into childcare, Savannah began thinking about job prospects to support the family. She landed a job as a funeral director, and she was a natural. Her attention to detail and compassion was noticed by all that attended one of her services. La Marque has a population of just under 20,000, so word spread easily through the town. Many people were choosing Savannah to provide their loved ones with a dignified final goodbye. As for Trent, his contracting business was going great, and turnover was over $1 million a year. There was still one thing troubling Trent, however, and that was that his wife, who was 18 years younger than him, would leave for a younger man. He became suspicious every time Savannah was on the phone, and started scanning through her Facebook friends, accusing her of cheating with male friends she had on the platform. Trent then restricted who she could talk to, and even made her unfriend or block people he believed to be a threat. Her denial of cheating on Trent would often end in heated arguments, and Savannah quickly realized that Trent was not the man she once knew. He began to control every facet of her life, from her social life to finances to even what she wore. As his paranoia increased, he found himself texting Savannah multiple times per day to make sure she wasn't with another man, and would regularly go through her phone checking her messages. He even asked her to regularly send pictures of her location to prove where she was. Savannah's family began to notice and could see Trent's obsessive and controlling behavior, and advised her to end the relationship. She agreed, but for the sake of her kids was trying to make the best of a bad situation. While this was going on, the world changed forever, and the pandemic hit, which caused most of the world to go into lockdown. This hit Trent's contracting business severely, and he could barely afford to pay his bills. Savannah's job as a funeral director was the only thing keeping the family afloat. As Trent's business began to fall apart, and he started losing control, his behavior became even more erratic. Savannah at this point realized that she was being emotionally and physically manipulated, and was a victim of domestic violence. She phoned her parents and told them she was going to file for divorce. Little did she know that Trent had secretly installed an app on her phone and was listening in on her conversation. Her parents told her to leave the house and go. However, Savannah decided that she was going to tell Trent in person that she wanted a divorce. On October 21, 2020, this small country town was about to change forever. It started out like any other day for residents of La Marque, with most people on their daily commute to work. However, for some residents of Hawksview Drive, they were able to hear a heated argument going on. Savannah and Trent were engaged in an argument that was so loud it could be heard across the street. She had told Trent that she no longer wanted to live with him and would move into her parents for the time being. Trent's whole world came crashing down at this moment. After a lengthy argument, things appeared to calm down, and Trent left the house in his truck. Savannah was later observed leaving and walking to a neighbor's house in tears. She later came back, got in her car, and left for her parents' house. Trent returned home and had made up his mind about what he was going to do next. He turned his camera on and began recording this video in an attempt to discredit his wife's reputation.
Recording this because I want my daughter to know that I love you, Mackenzie Paschal. I'm so sorry that I've done this. I want you to know that you mean everything to me. And William, I love you too. I love you so much. I love you like you're my own. I didn't choose this. Your mom chose this. She's been cheating on me for a long time. I have audio of her talking to other guys. I didn't do nothing wrong to her. When we first got together, I told her, "You're too young for me." There's an 18-year-old difference in her age. And I knew she was kind of too young, but I didn't. She's been playing me for a fool. I told her not to mess with me, not to mess with my emotions. Don't play with me. I put everything into this relationship. I have done nothing to your mom. I've never hit her. I've never hurt her. I've never called her names. A couple of times when I got really mad, I would say a bad word or something, but I've done everything I can. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm like, why me? My hair's a mess and I look horrible. Oh, sorry. Take these off. I love you so much. Please do something good with your life. Please do something really good, because you deserve a good life. And I don't know what else to say. I'm so sorry I don't have better words right now. I'm hurting so bad. Dad, you've done a lot for me too, and you've taken care of me. You raised me good. You've done whatever you could. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love you so much. You love me like your own.
As it turned out, while Trent was recording this, Savannah and her mother pulled up to the house. Trent quickly turned off the camera and went and hid inside of the shower, ready to enact his plan. Savannah and her mother, Shirley, entered the house, and Shirley decided to go to the bathroom. As she walked into the bathroom, Trent revealed himself, wielding a shotgun and pointing it at Shirley. He said in a chilling voice, "I'm going to kill you, and then kill Savannah too." Shirley began to run, and Trent opened fire, narrowly missing her, and instead blasting a hole in the bathroom wall. She managed to escape the house, and while running down the road heard several more gunshots ring out inside of the house. As she cowered in a neighboring property, she saw Trent exit the house while on his cell phone. In a sickening move, Trent had decided to call Savannah's aunt only moments after shooting her niece, to gloat about what he had done. Just like the video before it posted to YouTube, Trent wanted an audience to take notice of him. He got into his pickup truck and drove away from the house. Shirley ran back towards the house in a panic looking for Savannah. Her worst fears were realized when she found her daughter on the floor with several gunshot wounds to her upper body. Neighbors had called emergency services, who arrived on scene shortly after. They rushed Savannah to the hospital, but it was too late. She was pronounced dead on arrival. Police immediately put out an APB to be on the lookout for Trent's truck. It was spotted by police 45 minutes later at a Walmart north of Houston. Trent, however, having had control of Savannah for their entire relationship, was not about to let someone else take control of him.
Investigators say the man shot was on the run, accused of killing his estranged wife. The murder investigation began earlier today in Lamarck. The deputy-involved shooting happened tonight in the parking lot of a Walmart off the North Freeway and West Road, just south of the North Belt.
There is still a heavy law enforcement presence out here right now. Excuse me, and you can see it right behind me. Most of their focus has been back on that side of the parking lot. You can see a car and a truck back there. A lot of deputies looking over there as part of their investigation. As you were mentioning before, Harris County deputies were looking for the murder suspect out of Lamarck, and they ended up here at this Walmart after getting information that that person might be here. Now, when deputies spotted him in a different car, they then pursued that vehicle as it was heading back to what they believe was the suspect's car. They had ordered the suspect to get out. They said he had a gun, ordered him to drop the gun, but he didn't do so, and that's when he was shot by a deputy out here, shot several times and taken to the hospital. He's in last check critical but stable condition.
As Trent lay in hospital for the next 6 weeks, healing from the gunshot wounds, he began to wonder what was going to happen to him. The day came where he was released from hospital and immediately arrested by deputies. Expecting a life of prison, Trent was surprised when the charge was felony murder. In Texas, this made him eligible for bail, which was set at $450,000. Trent couldn't believe it when his family came and bailed him out, and he was back out on the streets again with the same freedoms he had enjoyed before slaughtering his wife. This did come with a few strings attached, however. He was ordered to wear an ankle bracelet, had a curfew time set at his mother's house from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m., and was not allowed to leave the state. It didn't take Trent long to renege on the deal that was given to him. He violated his bail by missing a court appearance. He then violated it a second time by being caught speeding. He again violated it for a third time by having stolen plates on his car, and several more sets of plates in the trunk. Each time he violated his bail conditions, police decided not to revoke his freedom. He was free to continue living his life in Lamarck. Trent began to feel untouchable and posted pictures on social media of him holidaying in Galveston Bay. It was reported to police, who finally decided to revoke his bail. Trent, however, had other ideas. Knowing that authorities were closing in on him, he decided to make a break for it. Police arrived to arrest Trent, but he had removed his ankle monitor and was long gone. Meanwhile, Trent was visiting a local car dealership and asked if he could take a test drive. The salesman was only too happy, and they left in a Chevy Tahoe. When they pulled up at a gas station to refuel the vehicle, Trent pulled a knife on the salesman and demanded he get out of the car. The salesman contacted police and shortly after shared pictures of the man on their social media. Many commented that it was Trent Paschal, who had been in the news recently for his wife's murder. The manhunt for Trent began.
The guy stands out. He's very arrogant and cocky. He's going to be out there. He's, in my opinion, a womanizer.
Officer Hunt says Paschal was last seen leaving his mother's house riding a scooter, not driving the SUV he's accused of stealing at knife point from a car dealership. Hunt thinks he's close.
My guess would be a hotel, shacked up with somebody that just hasn't seen the news.
While many leads came in and suspected sightings of Trent, none lead to his location. 9 long months had passed with authorities beginning to lose hope. That is, until a tip came into their hotline that Trent was in an RV in Florida, staying at a recreational park. On New Year's Eve, police surrounded the RV and ordered Trent to come out with his hands up. A single gunshot was heard inside of the RV, and the sound of a slumping body to accompany it. Trent was never going to let someone else take control of him, and he took his own life right there, instead of facing his actions. Savannah's family was left empty. They wanted to have the chance to face their daughter's killer. Now longing for answers, Savannah's mother and father made a public statement.
My name is Shirley Kinchin. Our daughter Savannah was murdered by her husband on August 21st, October 21st, 2020, after she let him know that she could no longer live with a person who was a habitual criminal and that she wanted more for their children. Did I want him to be held responsible for his actions? Did I want to look him in the eye and for him to face me again with what he had done? Yes. Am I sorry that he no longer walks on this earth? No.
If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. We look forward to bringing you another worst case very soon.